very far from here, there's a pond. And in the pond, there's a little frog. Now, he's really a little frog. As a matter of fact, he just became a frog. He used to be a tadpole. But now that he has his legs, he thinks it's time to explore the big world. So off he swam, swish, 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 to talk to Papa Bullfrog. Now, Papa Bullfrog sat on a big log in the middle of the pond. Off hopped the little froggy over to Papa Bullfrog, and he said, Papa Bullfrog, I got my legs now, and I want to go explore the big world. Can I go, huh? Can I go, huh, huh?
Papa Bullfrog slowly turned and said, well, son, it's dangerous in the big world.
It is?
Yep, it is.
Oh, well, I'll be careful. I'll be really careful. Papa Bullfrog thought for what seemed like an eternity, and then he said,
well, son, you've got to watch out for snakes. Snakes eat little froggies.
They do?
Yep, they do.
Oh, I'll be careful. I'll be really, really careful. Well, Papa Bullfrog thought for a bit again, and then he said,
well, son, you do have your legs, and you will need to go explore the big world. But for today, I only want you to go up to the big oak tree on the hill over there. See? And then come right back.
Yep, I'll go up to the big oak tree on the hill, and I'll come right back. And you know what? I'll be careful. I'll be really, really careful. So little Froggy hopped to the edge of that log, and he jumped, ka-sploosh, into the pond, and he swam, swish, 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 to the edge of the pond. And then he started hopping up the hill. Boof, 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 boof. Up the hill he went. Now, what he didn't know, oh, did I say boof, boof? It's supposed to be, sorry, I got myself all mixed up. He was going up the hill. But what he didn't know is that there was another little animal going boof, 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 up the hill too. But he was coming from the other direction. And suddenly they kabang together. Don't eat me, don't eat me, don't eat me. Little Froggy said, I won't eat you, silly, said the other little animal. You're not a snake, are you? No, silly. I'm a rabbit. I'm a bunny rabbit, and I'm going to eat nice tender shoots of grass up over the hill, past the oak tree, down in the meadow on the other side. Do you want to come along? Do you want to come along? Yep, I'll come along, little Froggy said. He was so happy that the bunny rabbit turned out to be a friend, so off they hopped. Boof, boof, boof. But you know what? That bunny rabbit, he done boof, boof faster than little Froggy could. And it wasn't very long, and the bunny rabbit was way ahead. And when little Froggy got to under the oak tree, he couldn't see the bunny rabbit anywhere. So he stopped up under the oak tree, and he thought these thoughts in his little head. Papa Bullfrog said, don't go past the oak tree. Come right back. Bunny Rabbit said he was going to the meadow on the other side. What am I going to do? Well, what do you think he should do? He should get back, yes.
He will go to the meadow.
Ah. Anyway, yeah. But
I know I haven't heard this before.
You know what? You know, I don't see any snakes around here. Do you see any snakes around here?
Yes.
I don't see any snakes around here. You know what? I think I'll just go a little farther. So off he went. Past the oak tree. down the hill on the other side. It was such a lovely day. Goggle, goggle. What was that goggle, goggle sound?
Goggle, goggle. It's a snake.
Snakes don't go goggle, goggle.
It's a snake.
Well, I think I'll just go a little farther. It's such a lovely day. Oh gosh, that was my tummy. I'm getting hungry. I think I'll stop and have some lunch now. And it wasn't very long, and some lunch came by. And the lunch sounded something like this. What do you think that might mean?
Bug. And fly. Snake.
What kind of bug?
Fly.
It was a mosquito. Snuff. Went little Froggy's tongue. That was so good. Now I think I'll have another one. And it wasn't very long, and another one came by. But this one sounded like this. That was bigger and even better. Now, no, it was a fly. And now I think I'll have some dessert, he said. And so he waited, and it wasn't very long, and some dessert came by. And the dessert sounded something like this. There was another mosquito. And while little Froggy was waiting for them to come a little closer so he had sniffed it with his tongue, he didn't even hear the big, ugly snake come slithering up behind him. And just as little Froggy's tongue went, slip, the big ugly snake went and sent little Froggy flying. He went up to the nearest little tree, and he went as fast as little poppers could pop. And up the tree went, with a snake coming after him. The snake went near, 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 up and up the tree, near, 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 closer and closer, little Froggy, near, 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 kabonk. The snake fell down.
Yeah.
The snake hissed, little Froggy, you think you're so smart, but I'm going to get you this time. And he started nearing his way up the tree again. Near, 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 closer and closer, little Froggy, near, 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 kabonk. The snake fell down. The snake hissed, little Froggy, you think you're so smart, but you're going to have to come down that tree sometime, and when you do, I'm going to eat you up. And the snake just lay there, waiting. Well, little Froggy, he was not very happy as he sat in that tree. And he thought these thoughts in his little head. I disobeyed Papa Bullfrog. I went past the oak tree, and I shouldn't have gone. And I disobeyed. And now I'm in big trouble. And I might not get back to the pond, and I might not see Papa Bullfrog again. And he sniveled, and he stumbled, and he cried a tear or two. And then he did the only thing he could think to do in this situation. He prayed a little prayer. It went something like this. Help! Amen. Now, he had barely said amen when he heard a sound, and the sound sounded something like this. It was a boy, a 12-ish sort of boy, whistling his way through the woods, and with him was a sniffly animal that was smelling all the smells to be smelled in the woods. And the sniffly animal, it was a dog. He sniffled this way, and he snuffled that way, and this way, and that way. and this way, and that way, and suddenly the fur on his doggish back stood up all bristly, and the bark in his doggish throat turned all snarly, and the teeth in his doggish mouth turned all fangy, and he grabbed that snake in his clammy bitey jaws, and he shook him, and he spit him out, and the boy bonked the snake in the head, and the snake was dead. And the boy and the dog went whistling through the woods. Well, maybe not the dog. Went whistling through the woods, not even knowing that in that tree was one very happy little froggy who jumped up and said, "Oh, hallelujah!"
And then down the tree.
Yeah, he jumped down that tree. And he hopped up the hill to the oak tree. And he hopped down the other side to the pond. And he jumped ka-sploosh into the pond, and he swam swish, 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 swish to the middle of the pond, and he hopped out on the log, and he hopped over to Papa Bullfrog, and all out of breath he said, Papa Bullfrog, I went up past the oak tree, and a big ugly snake came after me, and I said a little prayer, bonk, and along came a boy and a dog, and bonk, and the snake was dead. And you know what, Papa Bullfrog? You know what? I'll never ever disobey again. Of course,